purpose of life. What is my purpose? What am I meant for? These are some of the most intimidating and overwhelming questions that we can face in our life. And we all go through these existential times where we really start to dig deep and think, what am I meant for? Where am I headed? What is the greater purpose? What is the meaning of my life? And those times can be extremely overwhelming. They can be lonely. They can be paralyzed into action. And they just make you feel so stuck. And I've been there multiple times in my life. So if you're there now, I feel for you. I really do. Because when you are going through that time of confusion, it kind of starts to eat away at your soul. And it can pull your energy out of your day to day. And it can make you feel anxious and struggle with your happiness and your sense of self. And that's just no way to live. And so if this is a question that you are facing in your life right now, I want to give you a perspective shift that has really, really helped me in the course of my life. But I didn't learn it until recently. And as soon as I heard it, it was as though this breath of fresh air came over me and helped me to just see things more clearly. So that's what I want to give you today. So first I want you to know that you'll probably go through a couple of different times in your life when you start to question what your purpose is, what you're meant for. And that's because we all have phases of life and we change and we grow. And growth is good. We're programmed for progress. So first, try to know that when you get to these phases of your life, something inside is trying to wake you up. Something's trying to call out to you and asking you to look at your life through a different lens. Now, if you're the type of person who feels as though you've been struggling with this for most of your life, I'm going to guess that you are someone who believes that struggle is a way of life. And so basically, you're someone who is always trying to do more and be more. You're always burning the candle at both ends. You feel as though you have to just continuously push forward and do as much as humanly possible to get ahead and feel that sense of significance and self-worth, and that the more action you take, the more answers you'll get. And while I'm all about action, it's a different perspective in how you approach the actions that you take. So if you are someone who is struggling with what am I meant for? What am I made for? What is my purpose in life? You've probably been going through life feeling as though you have to struggle and you have to fight to get ahead. And you might be a little addicted to struggle. And I say that from experience because I am someone who is totally addicted to struggle. It started when I was really young, and I grew up in a home that was very abusive. And at a young age, I remember being absolutely terrified for my life, spending so much time on my own, and just struggling to get ahead. And I adopted this belief that if I was going to become something in this world, and if I was going to get ahead, I was going to have to struggle and be afraid and overcome. And that starts to follow you. But then I got to this point in my life where I had done all of that, and I had gotten ahead, if you will, and had that big sense of success. But inside, I was feeling so empty. I just couldn't seem to figure out what it was all for and what my next steps were supposed to be. And the biggest shift for me was when I realized that, first off, your life purpose can be whatever you decide you want it to be. It doesn't have to be this huge epiphany moment, something that falls from the sky and hits you. It's something that you choose. You choose what you want it to be. And so, with that in mind, I want you to consider this. The purpose of life is peace. Peace. That's it. And there are so many different ways to reach peace for you. If you're looking to live your best life, your true life, your authentic life, to find your voice, to find your true north, I want to ask you to consider approaching each day with the question, what will bring me the most peace right now? When you lead with that as your navigational system, you start to lead more with your heart. You start to lead from a place of integrity. Your values come through, and you start to organize your life around your priorities and what means the most to you. So I know it can seem like a radical idea if you're someone who has always been programmed to think, no, I got to do as much as humanly possible. I have to make everyone else around me happy before I make my own happiness a priority. I am going to have to fight to get through and feel that sense of accomplishment. Consider instead if you led with what will bring you peace. What will make you feel the most peace in each moment to moment? If you ask yourself that question, you'll trigger that inner guide, you, pointing you towards the actions that you really want to take. And the more you do that, it is a practice because, You've built your whole life to get you to where you are now. But the more you do that, the more clearly you will see what the next step should be for you based on what feels right to you. Because that's what brings you peace. That's what's in line with your values. And that's what means the most to you and what you want your impact to be. So I hope that helps you in some way. Have a great day. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.